Hello everyone and welcome to Wichita, the largest and most metropolitan city in Kansas. But it's also the most mysterious. You see, this is a town filled with numerous detective cases which have never been solved. All sorts of myths and monsters and mayhem. For instance, did you know that in the mid-1970s, a giant ape like King Kong was seen climbing one of the office towers downtown? It's in a movie, and people are still shook up about it to this day. If you think that's disturbing, just a few blocks away on the same street, there's giant dinos, like the T-Rex and the Stegosaurus. It's a sight that would scare anyone out of their boots. There's also a goblin that lurks around the river downtown, and an Egyptian mummy that is seeking revenge for the Pharaoh's curse. Not to mention an old cowboy cemetery, where a bandito ghost could come chasing you through the swinging doors of a Wild West saloon. Yeehaw! Well, we also hope you're not afraid of mustache-twirling villains, because in a neighborhood called Old Town, the shrieks of people being kidnapped could be heard. But most terrifying of all is the empty hotel hallway, which people go down and then vanish into thin air. These are the legendary unsolved cases of this city. And this weekend, we are taking it upon ourselves as concerned citizens to solve these mysteries. In a way, we're like police officers. We're helping the police. You see, we love this city. And once in a blue moon, when the forces of evil come rising up against it, somebody has got to take a stand. And that somebody is us. That time is now. But this weekend, you can consider us as self-appointed citizen sleuths as we take on the cold cases known as the Downtown Wichita Mysteries. You might want to hang on to your hats for this episode. I have a feeling it's going to get outrageous. Hi everyone, and welcome to Wichita, a large city in south central Kansas. You probably know Wichita as a place for family fun, and you'd be right about that. But it's also a place of great detective stories. In fact, some of our favorite mystery novels are set right here in the city we call home. For instance, To Leave a Shadow by Michael D. Graves is one of the most perfect private eye pulps ever to find its way to a grocery store book and magazine rack. It introduces us to street-smart gumshoe Pete Stone, detective for hire, and we get to tag along through the twists and turns of a mystifying case that leads our hero down the dark alleys of 1930s downtown Wichita. This is a must-read, especially for fans of noir-style mysteries. Another Wichita detective novel involving the criminal underworld is The Ice Harvest by Scott Phillips, which was turned into a major motion picture starring John Cusack and Billy Bob Thornton. It tells the story of two low-level criminals on the lam with stolen mafia money who find themselves trapped in Wichita, Kansas during an ice storm with the roads and airports shut down. Much of the story's plot takes place at a seedy nightclub. You see, beginning in the Prohibition era, Wichita used to have several speakeasies below the main streets of town. A speakeasy is an unadvertised club with no signage. It's usually guarded with a henchman and has a door that's bolted shut. Typically, it was just a small staircase on the side of a building, leading you to a basement door you could tap on, and if you knew the password, you would be led into an underground room with music, dancing, and alcohol being served. For jazz lovers, this cloak and dagger routine was a necessary risk, as segregation law was still being enforced. Did you know that Wichita was one of the first cities to have a protest against segregation? It happened at a place that used to be downtown called Dockum Pharmacy. The Ice Harvest also has a nice nod to the classic jazz album As Falls Wichita, So Falls Wichita Falls by studio musicians Pat Metheny and Lyle Mays. You know, another really great crime novel set in 1940s Wichita is Louise Brooks' Detective by Rick Geary. You see, this fanciful yarn has as its protagonist the real-life Hollywood starlet Louise Brooks, who was from Wichita before becomoming famous. Brooks starred in several movies during the golden screen era, and she made popular the bob hairstyle of the 1920s. In this fantasy novel, Brooks is visiting her old hometown when she becomes embroiled in a murder mystery and takes it upon herself to try to solve the case. I have to tell you, this story sort of gave me an idea. Well, actually, the idea really solidified for me late one night, sitting by a lamp with a warm and buttered cinnamon roll, reading The Wichita Mysteries Volume 1 by Gaylord Dold, a compendium of crime noir stories around Wichita, featuring Mitch Roberts, hard-boiled private eye. Well, anyway, that night the thought occurred to me, why keep sitting here reading detective stories when the real action is out there on the streets? Wichita has some very notable unsolved crimes, and it's time somebody did something about it. And that time is now, and that somebody is me. Case number 1, the mystery of the Museum of World Treasures at 835 East 1st Street downtown. An enormous 3-story building which contains artifacts, coins, and hidden treasures from all over the world, including items from ancient Egypt almost 5,000 years old. But some people believe it's also brought the Pharaoh's curse. You see, cars driving downtown at night have looked up in the window and seen a mummy looking down at them. Woo! Case number 2, terror at the Garvey Center at 250 Douglas Place. The Garvey Center is a high-rise building which used to be a hotel and is now apartments. In the 20th century, it was the tallest building in Kansas. This skyscraper is an iconic image of the city, and in 1976 was used in filming King Kung Fu, a low-budget comedy movie that uses stop-motion claymation to parody the film King Kong. In this popular underground cult movie, a giant ape that knows martial arts kidnaps a waitress from Pizza Hut and climbs to the top of the Garvey Tower. Well, you may say it's just a movie, but here's the thing. The other day we were driving down the street and saw a disheveled and disturbed-looking man running away from the Garvey Center, almost like he had seen a giant gorilla. Case number 3, the Wichita Troll, an urban legend of sorts. The troll is said to be something like a hobgoblin. It's green and evil-looking. They say it hates the city, and it hates all the fun and happiness here. This may sound like an old wives' tale to you, but here's the thing. A lot of people say they have seen the troll. They say he lurks around the Riverwalk area downtown. Why, they even say he glows like a radioactive slime monster and has sent people running away in a frenzy of fear. Case number 4, the ghosts of Cowtown. Also along the river downtown is the Old Cowtown Museum, an historically accurate recreation of what downtown Wichita would have looked like during the era of the Wild West. You see, Wichita was at the epicenter of a major cattle business during the 1860s and 70s, and many cowboys and pilgrims and wagon trains made their way to this bustling city, including Wyatt Earp, who began his career as a lawman here, Billy the Kid, who lived here with his parents before becoming a delinquent at age 13, and Bat Masterson, the fancy man dressed in black who, instead of using a gun, fought villains with a gentleman's walking stick. Well, the dusty streets of Cowtown, Wichita are said to be haunted by Ghost Rider cowboys. Shrieks and howls are often heard coming from the Old West Saloon. Gunshots are sometimes heard at night, bang, bang. And people walking by the Old West Cemetery say a ghost has come walking right up behind them. Clank, 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 jingle jangle. Case number 5, the Phantom of Old Town. A mysterious figure in the night, often seen wearing a black cape and top hat, thought to be responsible or at least connected to the hauntings at Eaton Place Business Building, the Wichita Historic Museum, and the Orpheum Theater, where some believe the Phantom is actually a ghost of an actor from the silent movie era, still obsessed with the stage and spotlight. Why, he's even been seen in Old Town near the Mosley Street Melodrama Dinner Theater. You may recall that earlier this year we had a showdown with the Phantom, resulting in a draw. Well, he's not getting away with it this time. We intend to close this case and bring him to justice. The stakes are high this time because the screams of people being kidnapped have been heard echoing through the alleys of Old Town at night. Ah! Case number 6. The Vanishings at the Ambassador Hotel, located on the corner of Broadway and Douglas at the very center of the city. The Ambassador is the flagship building of downtown Wichita. Decorated in the Art Deco style of the building's 1920s heritage, the Ambassador is admired for its lavish hospitality and its 5-star restaurant downstairs. But it's also becoming well known for some oddball occurrences. Guests at the hotel have seen men in old-fashioned tuxedos and women dressed like flapper girls from the 1930s, walking down the hallway and disappearing. It's like a vanishing act. They go around the corner and just poof, they're gone. It could be ghosts, or some kind of hallucination, or maybe some kind of trapdoor, we just don't know. Well, today we're going to be staying as guests at the Ambassador Hotel and using it as our base of operations as we try to solve some of the urban legends of downtown Wichita. And as you can see here, it's centrally located around the case files we're going to be taking on. Well, Tom, it's very ambitious of you to attempt to solve all these cases in 1 week. Oh no, it's not 1 week. We're going to try to close these cases in 1 day. Tom, I must be going insane. I thought you said 1 day. That's right. We have 1 day to solve the mystery at the museum, the terror of Garvey Center, the troll of the Riverwalk, the ghosts of Cowtown, the Phantom of Old Town, and the Ambassador Hotel vanishings. So join us on this very special Saturday as we take on the Downtown Wichita Mysteries. We are locked and ready.
Right.
Hey, it's Pocket City here.
It's here. Thanks.
Help, my pockets are being attacked. Every time you do that, then when I look around for money, it's not there. I thought I had $50 there.
What you're talking about? We're here at the Museum of World Treasures.
Yes. The famous Museum of World Treasures. Right this way. By the way, thank you for coming along, everyone. As we explore the museum, we're searching for an Egyptian mummy. There's even prehistoric dinosaur skeletons. Fun.
Oh, that smells so good.
It certainly does. I know what you mean. Now, this building is a storehouse of very ancient items from thousands of years ago even. And some people say that there is a ghost in this building. Some people say this place is haunted. And when they drive by at night, they see someone inside here moving around. But the problem is, a lot of legends and spooky things. And ready to go. Oh my goodness!
That's what I was looking at!
T-Rex the dinosaur! They call me Radical Rex!
Right this way.
Oh my goodness, look at the size of this! Hey! Looks like you have a new buddy there! Oh wow! My goodness, look at these chalices! Oh wow!
Wow, this is so
Egyptian glassware, a crystal ball. My goodness, look at that.
So cool.
Look at these artifacts. Is it any wonder people say it is haunted here? Oh no, a maraca! One of those things babies make noise with. I knew they had to lock that up.
Aha!
Hey, weapons, the Book of Ancient. I could sit down for an entire weekend just with this book and Sid Hoff's dinosaur stories. I had this book when I was in kindergarten. I thought this was the greatest story in the world. It's about a little person that has a dinosaur and they ride around through the city. They walk around with a giant dinosaur through the city and they can go wherever they want. This is a great book. Great book. And everyone celebrates. See, all the school children get to climb up on the dinosaur and ride around. They get to go all over the town. Hey.
Hey,
Great shirt.
that is a great shirt.
That would fit you.
I want one of those. Which are the famous pieces that, you know.
Yes. These are some of the incredible treasures that are here in the museum. Wow.
Cool.
Here's a bust of Beethoven. Mount Rushmore here. Aviator Bear! Aviator Bear! Well, he's ready to get in his plane to take off. A Benjamin Franklin cup. Benjamin Franklin in the lightning storm. Planet mug.
Ooh, that's
Pretty
cool.
fun. Oh, I love this. A brief history of art. It has all these masterworks of art.
That is
on
so
coffee cup.
cool.
Very inspirational first thing in the morning.
Wow.
A Sherlock Holmes coffee cup. Well, actually, this looks like more of a tomato soup cup. I think if you're going to sit down with a Sherlock Holmes story and you have a grilled cheese and a tomato soup bowl, you're talking about a great evening. Or if you're watching some classic Alfred Hitchcock Presents, reading the works of Shakespeare, well, you can have your tomato soup in this cup, little black pepper on top. You're ready for a great evening. Yes, the medieval castle playhouse. You see?
No.
Now, this is a great idea. It's a medieval castle indoor playhouse. You see? You just set it up. It's made of cardboard.
Wow, it's almost 4 feet tall.
Yes, great. I would love to have had a great structure like that. Goblins. A book of knightology. You're interested in knighthood of olden times. Here is a knight in his suit of armor, and his stallion. This is a scary cup. Here's a fold and go princess castle. Little puppets to get in. You can have a puppet show. There. The oceans of Kansas. Going back to prehistoric times. The Great Gatsby. This is a beautiful book. Love the gold gilding on it. This is a wonderful book. And we have Dinosaur.
The little teddy bear.
Yeah, a little teddy bear who's guarding this.
I think he gets off that shelf at night, makes his way around the museum.
This is a map of people who have visited the Museum of World Treasures. All these people from all over the United States came right here. And we also have a world map of visitors to the museum. Look at this, my goodness. Literally all over the world, people have come here to this museum. And we have a rough dino over there. A rough and tough dino. Yes, now we must begin our search of the museum here. And we'll be using this visitor map. We have a map of the 3 levels of the museum. We'll have to go level by level here until we find some clues. And I think the first door is right through this hallway.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, wow! Wow, incredible dinos. Well, everyone, as you know, Julianna does not like dinosaurs. In fact, she hates them. She says she wishes a bomb would come and just wipe out those monsters so she never had to see them again. Well, we'll move on to another area. Oh my goodness, look at that suit of armor up there. This is the medieval section. Oh wow, we have an overhead view of the T-Rex also. Cool. Now we're going through the gallery of great battles. You see a lot of military regalia in here. And old weapons, things that they used to fight it out in the old days. Now, down this hallway, we have some more interesting items. This is a puzzle of the colonies back in the time of George Washington. Wow, look at that tapestry on the wall. Oh yes, we really love the great works of art here too. Look at that tapestry. Marvelous. And out this window you can see the streets of Old Town. You see the Museum of World Treasure sits right on the edge of downtown where it meets Old Town. And it's just right in the center of the city. And we have more incredible items here. Look at this sailing ship. Wow, that could really inspire a person to want to take to the high seas. Go search for pirate treasure. Maybe bring along one of these swords. Why, look at this little field cannon. It has little balls. Oh, it looks like a little pea shooter. Wow, look at this ancient Greek statue over there. Now this is a scale model, but you looked up in the sky during World War II, this is exactly what you would have seen. A dive bomber. And we have some fabulous musical instruments here. The composer who wrote Madame Butterfly, this was his piano.
Your face looks cute.
And he played it at Orchestral Square. Here we have a black cape that was worn by Robert Frost. The famous American poet Robert Frost wore this cape. No doubt many times when he was walking through the woods or riding in a carriage. First edition Edgar Allan Poe. First edition Rob Roy. Captains Courageous by Rudyard Kipling. Now, I hope you don't have a fear of hanging over the edge, because look down here. Oh my goodness. That is a long way down. Maybe that's another reason people get so scared here, is they come up to the top level, look over the edge, and lose their wits. And they're in a stupor walking around.
We're grateful for these high walls.
Yes. Kind of a strange and spooky place here. Now, shall we return to the elevator?
Yes.
I think there's more on a lower level that we need to explore. We will utilize the elevator once again. Yes, we've covered a great deal of the second and third stories here. I think we should take this back elevator down to the bottom here, and we'll take this elevator down to this back level here, where they have stored Egyptian artifacts. I think we may be getting somewhere on this.
Cursed Egyptian artifacts?
Well, there are people that worry that some of these items that have been brought over from Egyptian tombs and so forth, they say maybe that was not such a good idea because many Egyptian artifacts come attached with a curse. We're going to try to find out. Shall we? Let's go this way. The thought of a pyramid's curse is enough to scare away any gumshoe, but we must keep going. You see this? This is an actual bust of Alexander the Great. Coins from the empire of Alexander the Great. Somewhere in the Hellenized world this was found. after probably sitting under the sands of time for thousands of years, literally. As you know, Alexander the Great conquered Egypt many, many centuries ago. This is an old coffin. It almost looks like, what do you call those that the children hit it?
Like a piñata?
It almost looks like a piñata.
It does.
This is a coffin lid from the 26th dynasty of Egypt, from 664 to 525 BC. It's 3,000 years old. It's absolutely astonishing to stand here and realize we're looking at artifacts that are thousands of years old, procured by archaeologists digging beneath the hot desert sands of the Nile. It makes you wonder, though, what was brought along with these treasures? For years, we've heard about a mummy's curse from ancient Egypt. Is it possible that Western explorers, upon entering the pyramids, unlocked something that was never meant to be unsealed? A magic spell that has traveled the globe and now stirs horror in the hallways of this museum at night. Look at this. An actual Egyptian mummy. Think of it. This was buried beneath the sands of Egypt for thousands of years. And now it has risen from the underworld and is standing at this museum in Wichita, on the other side of the world. I bet this mummy never dreamed that he would end up at a museum on the opposite side of the world. I've been to a number of museums over the years, and I must say this collection of ancient Greek, Roman, Egyptian, and Mesopotamian relics is like nothing I've ever seen before. It's truly remarkable. Over here we have actual Egyptian mummies. The mysterious atmosphere here at the Museum of World Treasures is sometimes enchanting, and at other times haunting. Being surrounded by these ancient tombs and coffins, it's increasingly easy to imagine a mummy rising from the ashes of the underworld and returning to its quest among the unsuspecting world of the 21st century. Could it really be that people walking down the street have seen a mummy wobbling down the halls and corridors of this building in the middle of the night? If there is a supernatural monster here, how could we possibly fight back against it? What chance would we stand? We have no idea what this supernatural being is up to. All we know is that we cannot allow a monster to bring horror and havoc to our city. All right, we must continue down this way now. I think we're gonna have to get on this elevator. That's what we should be doing, using the elevator. You can see the elevator going down. The best part on that video game is when you get to squish someone. You get to hop in the elevator, and you're a detective that's stealing files. You have an enemy detective that's running after them, and you bring the elevator down and flatten them. Our mission to find clues must continue, and this elevator will take us to the spookiest levels of this mysterious building. Here we go. Let's see if we can hop in this elevator here. This may be our ticket to solving the mysteries of this building. We'll need to continue following this map. Oh my goodness, I hope you're not afraid of heights. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Oh my goodness, we really are going up. Wow. My goodness. Did you see what's standing behind you? Oh my goodness. I just had a thought. What if people driving through the city at night see those windows open and see these characters standing in there? A Roman centurion, a Caribbean pirate, and a mummy from ancient Egypt. Working on a theory here. What if people driving through this district of Wichita, they think they're driving by an old warehouse, and they see that sarcophagus upright in a window? Who expects to see that? Let's go this way. Well, the mystery is solved. There is no mummy walking around here at night. The security guard walks around at night, and when he turns on the lights and checks out the room, people down the street see a mummy's tomb in the window staring at them. It's an optical illusion. Case closed, I would say.
What? Oh my god.
I just thought we could have a light lunch here at Wasabi's. What do you think?
Oh, very nice.
Well, why don't we take a peek inside, see what's on the menu? By the way, I'm a great connoisseur of Japanese food. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. Vegas roll. We have the California roll, and we have the Super Tiger roll. So, let's see how it goes. By the way, the green is wasabi.
Yeah.
So no, I'm kidding. Don't do that. Watch out, that's wasabi, and behind it is that ginger.
Yes. That's
Terrific. Wow, doing great. Oh, we love being at this Japanese cafe. It's so exciting to explore the menu. And for the record, we recommend the tempura chicken. We love Wasabi's. We recommend it. And now, after completing the museum mystery, we're headed to downtown proper. We're actually in Old Town before, but this is downtown Wichita. And we just passed the Century 2 Event Center. An incredible circular building. It's enormous on the inside. Look at some of these buildings. Look at that city park over there. They actually have food trucks that pull up there on the weekends, and in the evenings they have live bands that play music. It just echoes throughout downtown. Wow, look at some of these downtown buildings. I love the architecture here, by the way. I could just walk around downtown endlessly. There's the Drury Plaza Hotel, where we had a ghost investigation earlier this year.
Ambassador Hotel. Wow, interesting.
We made it to the Ambassador Hotel.
It is luxurious. I can tell already. Look at this.
You know what we really are excited about here at the Ambassador Hotel is its regal decor. The hotel is very famous for being styled with purple velvet everywhere. I love velvet. Works for me.
Beautiful purple. Royal colors.
I think you will fit right in here.
Hey, you should get a purple couch. Purple
I know
couch.
it's behind you, but there is something that you're going to want in your bedroom. Just above you.
Oh my god. I could put that over my vanity. That would be great.
You would love that. We'll have to think about it. Well, how exciting to be staying at the Ambassador Hotel.
Oh, thank you. That's beautiful.
And by the way, this is centrally located in all of our downtown detective cases. And I think it's right over here. And here we go. Hey, cool room. Wow.
So cool.
Hey, oh wow. Are you spying on people down there?
Look, I can see a pool.
Cool, wow. Hey, you're right.
It's so cool.
They're having a rooftop barbecue by the pool over there.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's like a bicycle marathon down there.
Wow.
By the way, we are loving the use of purple everywhere in this hotel. Marvelous. I must say, we are over the moon for our hotel room here. Julianna says she wants to live here now. Especially the giant windows and the view of downtown. There's something about being able to look down at the hustle and bustle below. It's like you're soaring over the city. We don't actually live in the city. We're from the suburbs. But on Saturdays, we like to hit the metro area and have some fun. Some of our favorite places are right downtown here, including the Science Education Center at 1321 East Douglas, which has telescopes, star maps, and other accessories for astronomy fans. The Pizza Hut Official Museum, where you can learn the complete history of Pizza Hut, which was founded here in Wichita. And the Wichita Toy Train Club and Museum for some real action on a miniature scale. Don't miss out on these attractions. Make your plans today. Well, as much as we're enjoying the hotel here, it's time to resume our detective duties and go searching the entire downtown for more clues. Let's go. Terrific. Well, more adventure awaits. And I must tell you something about this hotel. There is a great mystery here. You see, they say that people disappear down hallways in this hotel. And then they just disappear around the corner and they're not there anymore. So you might want to watch where you step around here. Alright everyone, now it's time to look around this place and see if we can uncover any clues. Part of being a detective is knowing you have to look under every rock, go down every alley. By the way, I love this mural here. This is actually an outdoor fountain for the hotel. Look how tall that is. And this is an outdoor garden around the back of the hotel that you can walk through. It's kind of a rock garden. And if you're wondering what these contraptions are, well, they're scooters that you can rent downtown for $5. I was thinking of riding one, and Julianna said, no, you will go over the handlebars like a teddy bear. And of course, I ended up at Starbucks. Yes, how did we predict that? I had to stop for a pecan roll. And right here, we saw a very interesting place called Vorshay's Cocktail Lounge. And there's our red car, by the way. We call it the buggy.
Hey, you bear. Hey, we get to look at that Athena.
Yeah, that's just what I wanted to see here.
The diamond in the rough.
Well, we've certainly been enjoying our afternoon constitutional throughout downtown Wichita. But just one block west of our hotel, there's something that piqued our curiosity. In an empty lot that seems to be under construction, and what looks to be a jewelry store standing alone amongst the demolished buildings. Its sign says Athena, which was the Greek goddess of wisdom. It almost seems as if the city itself was inviting us here to come and take a closer look at something it wanted us to see. Yes, I think so. It almost feels like we were being led here for some reason, to this vacant lot. Like the city itself was gently ushering us to this location. This is actually a tribute to Dockum Pharmacy, which was a place in the 1950s where they had a set-in. This was during a time of segregation. Here in Wichita, it was one of the first places where African Americans did a set-in at the counter of saying, we're not allowed to be customers here, but we're gonna sit here anyway. right here is where the Dockum Pharmacy was located. Yeah, right by our hotel. And they have this monument here to commemorate it. This was the lunch counter. This cozy little spot, just 50 yards away from our hotel, was in the 1950s the location of Dockum Pharmacy, a downtown drugstore with a lunch counter where in 1958 African Americans staged a sit-in to protest some customers being treated differently based on their physical appearance. It must have been scary to stand up against society, but they knew they had to do what was right.
And let's go this way now.
Reflecting on the people of this city who stood up against discrimination makes me wonder if I'll have the same courage when it's my turn to do what's right.
It's an outstanding building, isn't it?
Welcome to 250 Douglas Place, also known as the Garvey Center.
You smell pancakes. I wonder how much of that is your imagination, though.
Stand over here and smell the breeze.
Hey, you might be right. Well, apparently there is a pancake restaurant downtown here. Another downtown mystery. I have to follow the pancakes. Oh, there is a cafe and deli here. Well, my goodness, I didn't even know about that. I didn't realize there was a cafe and deli down here.
Still the sweet smell of syrup in the air. Where is it coming from?
This is called the Garvey Center, and this used to be the tallest building in Kansas. Now there's one building here in Wichita that's slightly taller. But for years, this was the skyscraper of Wichita.
The Garvey Tower is an icon of Wichita, Kansas, and often you will see it in brochures and on postcards. Fabulous building.
Rocky Balboa feeling like you've just descended to glory.
You got a rocky attitude now, huh?
Well, it's hard not to get one when you're walking up this grave.
Oh!
Will you just look at this building? Something about it captures the imagination.
It's like you found a good place to sit.
The area we're exploring now is called Garvey Plaza, a multi-level shopping area and outdoor garden.
I bet you didn't know there was a waterfall downtown. Yes, we're right in front of the Wichita skyscraper. And here's an interesting fact. In the 1970s, there was a low-budget King Kong movie that was filmed here.
Well, everyone, just a reminder, this area we're exploring is where people have been seen running away, looking bewildered, like they had just seen a giant ape.
There's a shopping center down below here.
I know that King Kung Fu is just a movie that was filmed here, but is it possible that an actual gorilla is hassling and haranguing passersby? We'd better search for clues.
And I wonder what's down here. Why don't we have a look? And I believe we have a map that may be helpful as we explore the Garvey Center. Now we're right here by the star. And I believe we can descend this hidden staircase right down through here. And
The purple is the skyscraper behind us. In front of us is the courtyard, and the lower level is the shopping center. And according to this, we're right here, and there is a small hidden staircase that we can descend right here that will take us to the bottom level. Kind of mysterious down here, though.
Yes, a great thing about this shopping center is there's a Papa John's right downstairs here. And this is a deluxe apartment building now, so it's very handy if you live here. You can go to Papa John's anytime.
Some people say that I'm obsessed with pizza. That's all I talk about. Well, I gotta tell you, when I had an apartment downtown here, I came to this Papa John's all the time. I also used to go to Cheesy's in Old Town.
That's a wonderful shopping center here. But I'm interested in visiting this statue. This is a very famous sculpture for Wichita.
The Wichita warrior seated upon a horse you're looking at is called the Guardian of the Plains, a statue gifted to the city of Wichita in the 1970s. It symbolizes the faith, humility, and courage of the ancient warriors of Wichita. When I think of facing an ape, a ghost, a troll, and a phantom, it makes me wonder if I'll have enough of these qualities to win.
This is a very famous sculpture called the Guardian of the Plains. This is a Wichita warrior. As you can see, he demonstrates the spirit of thankfulness and humility. The statue was made in 1973. Oh my goodness! Bird flew up and surprised us. Yes, these are well-fed birds. Very well-fed birds.
Look at that birdseed bowl.
You see a serpent. Oh my goodness, you're right. It does. That's an optical illusion. It almost looks like a serpent by the waterfall here. Oh, I think we discovered something here. Look. Right here, what do you see?
Oh my gosh, there's eggs in there. Oh my gosh.
After seeing that giant bird bowl, the fountains, and this bird's nest, I'm starting to form a theory.
Hey. I just found these glasses down here. They're mangled. Almost looks like someone was kidnapped while wearing these. It's another downtown mystery.
I just hope everyone was okay.
My goodness, look at this. That looks like someone was ambushed and kidnapped. It's the only clue that was left.
All right. After finding the broken and mangled glasses on the sidewalk, we think we know what's happening here. The silly and cowardly man we saw running away wasn't attacked by an ape. He was attacked by birds. All the clues are here: the eggs, the fountains, the food bowl, and the roots that look like a serpent. We have some very edgy birds here. Case number 2 closed, I would say.
I do have to tell you something, though.
Yes?
You see, there's a goblin
A goblin?
that lives on this river. You've been to Exploration Place, right?
Yes.
Well, a lot of the children that go to Exploration Place say that they have seen a goblin.
Really?
Yep, it's an old legend by the river here.
Huh. What color is this goblin?
I assume green.
Huh.
Green goblin, like in Spider-Man.
Green goblin. My. That's even more bizarre.
Wait. I just realized something. Do you remember the statue we saw in downtown Wichita?
Yes.
The Wichita warrior.
Yes.
We saw the guardian statue of Wichita. He was looking above him for guidance. Do you remember that? Look over there.
Take note in the distance, the giant monument which towers over the waterfall.
It's the keeper of the plains. I don't know. I almost feel like that's a clue.
Well, maybe we should head that way.
I think we should. Let's start moving this direction.
Now what you're looking at is the ultimate icon of Wichita, Kansas. The Keeper of the Plains statue. A symbol of wisdom, faith, and courage that presides over the city and honors its great past.
Where do trolls usually hang out? No, seriously, where do trolls usually hang out?
Under bridges.
And right over there is Exploration Place, where all the kids come out. And right along here by the river is where people see the goblin. Somewhere by the river here. I think we should start looking around this bridge. Wait, is that it? Some sort of creature down there. You see a creature on the waterfall.
What is that? What is that?
Is that the goblin?
No.
Oh, what is that? Oh my goodness, it's some sort of bird. Why, it's a crazy bird standing right on the waterfall. How kooky. Oh my goodness, there's ducks everywhere. I don't know, maybe that's what people are seeing. They're seeing some crazy duck and they think it's a troll. And right across the river is Exploration Place.
Yes, I finally got to go there. It is so much fun.
Yes, it's a science and learning center that is also centered around family fun.
This is where the beautiful warrior statue is.
Oh, I love being right by the water here. This breeze feels so nice.
Once again, it almost feels like we're being led forward or clued into some mystery. Is there some invisible connection between the keeper statue and the case of the troll?
And this is the Keeper of the Plains, a statue that symbolizes the dedication, faith, and hope of the people of Wichita.
The Keeper of the Plains is a 45-foot tall metal monument created by the famous artist Black Bear. It sits atop a rocky cliff at the confluence of the Arkansas and Little Arkansas rivers. And it honors the original village called Wichita, which occupied this land for centuries, and also the virtues of the Great Plains ancient culture.
Oh wow, look at those balloons.
Atop the cliffside peninsula on the river is a site that's treasured and deeply meaningful to Wichitans. A 100-foot wide stone floor called the Keeper's Plaza, complete with a wraparound storyboard wall that tells the legend of the Great Plains. Through the gated door in the wall lies the Mid-America All-Indian Center, co-founded by the artist Black Bear, that teaches a new generation the ancient ways through arts, crafts, and fun activities like music and dancing. The plaza not only tells the story of the ancient warriors, but the attributes which instilled their character: wisdom, kindness, sharing, gratitude, and bravery.
Yes, my goodness, there is a creature that's just standing on the waterfall there. We have a crazy bird that thinks he's gonna stop the waterfall. It is. That's why we can't let a goblin ruin this place. We can't let it happen.
A nice thought, but little did we know the darkness which lies ahead.
Wait, why is there a path going up this way? There's a secondary sidewalk going up this way by the bridge. Yes, we found some sort of dale by the river here. Oh, be careful.
Come on. Someone wrote a message. The end is here.
What? Somebody wrote something.
What is this? It's like a cage. It says the end is near. I don't know what this is.
I know a shortcut. Maybe we should go around to the top. Let's go around this way.
This caged off area looks like some sort of drainage pipe. But could there be clues here? We have to ascend to the top of the sidewalk to find out more.
Wait, there's some sort of cage on the top too.
Wild animals.
What's what?
Down there.
What?
Oh! Oh my goodness! Oh, it's a goblin!
What is the meaning of this?
Oh my goodness! Oh, that scared me for a minute! Oh my goodness, it's a goblin!
What is he doing here?
Oh my goodness, this is what people had seen. And look, it's made of glow-in-the-dark rubber. That's why people walking along the river at night, they've seen this from the walking path right over there. They've looked through this cage and seen this thing that someone devised looking at this. But it's a hoax. Yep, this is it. This is what people have been seeing. Apparently some pop artist has created this goblin. It's 10 feet tall. Oh my goodness, that scared me. And it hides beneath this little cubby area here and spies on people that are walking by the Riverwalk. Boy, I did not expect to see, if somebody doesn't expect to see that, it's gonna give them quite a start, isn't it? I'm putting two and two together. We have the Wichita Art Museum right across here. I bet it's one of the crazy artists that they made it. Yes, this rubber statue is chained up and shackled, so my goodness. It is strange though that if we hadn't followed the Keeper of the Plains, we wouldn't have found this little area and we wouldn't have solved the goblin's riddle. From the moment we met the Wichita warrior downtown, it was like a clue that was given to us. Look, it may just be an urban legend. I don't know if it's true or not. Yes, it would seem the mystery is solved. The troll is real. It's a glow-in-the-dark rubber statue created by an artist from Exploration Place across the river. The troll is the antithesis of the keeper. He views the city with cynicism and selfishness, whereas the Keeper of the Plains stands for humility, gratefulness, and courage. Well, now we're off to the hotel room again for a quick outfit change. It's time to switch over to jeans and t-shirts because our next chapter in the case takes us to the dusty streets of Old Cowtown to investigate the haunting of this recreation of old Wild West downtown Wichita. There's numerous reports here of gunshots in the night, the jingle-jangle of spurs walking down a boardwalk, and people going by the cemetery say that a ghost taps them on the shoulder. We're gonna find out what's really going on here.
All right, partner, let's check out the map here.
Right. Jail, that's where they keep the barbecue. Got the general store.
We're down here at the bottom and we have to traverse this entire cowboy town.
Ooh.
We have to make our way through the Wild West and we're gonna have to be careful because there's some rough and tough characters that hang out here at Cowtown. The Blood Family Homestead. People say it's very haunted there. And we'll also go to the Empire House Theater, the Marshal's office. We might hit Fritz Schnitzler's Saloon too. All right, we're gonna need this map and we're ready for action. Cool TV over here. Hey, awesome TV.
How exciting to see these authentic TV recreations, and how amazing that we're actually standing on the exact spot the Wichitas camped at during the Civil War, after the Confederate Army swore revenge against them for giving up their positions.
How interesting. Right here in this area, the Wichita Indians stayed during the Civil War at a time when it wasn't safe. They just stayed here because they knew it'd be fine for them.
Wow.
And they stayed in teepees just like this. And this is a Southern Cheyenne style teepee. This is a Kiowa design teepee. Well, I think we're progressing nicely here. We're just going to continue moving this way. Right ahead is the old Wichita Cemetery, where there's some bad hombres that are buried. And some people say it's very spooky there. We'll have a look. And right here, it says that Wyatt Earp served as peace officer here. People say they see ghosts here. I don't know whether to believe it or not. I really don't. Some people say when they come here, the ghosts start following them. People have what? She doesn't believe me. People say that they have ghosts chase after them when they come to Old Wichita. Right here is the Old Town Cemetery. Here we have an old gravestone. Oh my goodness, no, that was a leaf. I wonder.
Touched by a ghost?
Do you think? Well, we just saw it happen.
Yeah.
Do you think because of this kind of sleepy old tree that's here, could leaves be falling and landing on someone's shoulder and they think, well, I think a ghost just gave me a tap on the shoulder. We have the old Wichita church here as well. Some people say that they have seen someone walking through the church at night. Shadows moving. This way. And this is the orientation building that will give us more information about old Cowtown, Wichita. Come on. And if there's anything you'd like to learn or find out, this is a great resource center where you can get plenty of information about Wichita history, especially Old Western history. You may think that many of these buildings are facsimiles, but actually, if you look here, these are authentic buildings, many of them. That's why some people say they may be haunted. And here we have a recreation of Old Cowtown, Wichita, done entirely in miniature.
Look at these mini recreations of Wild West Wichita. It's like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Right over here we have the old Wichita Cemetery. Do you see the little tombstones there? That's where people have seen ghosts.
You know, my favorite miniature here is the Wichita Eagle newspaper, founded by Marshall M. Murdoch in 1872, and it's still operating to this day. Anyways, now it's time to journey through the town. And by the way, there's a ghost hunting team here on the scene as well, and they may have some good leads. Let's see what we can find out.
There's a ghost hunting team over here right now.
They have real bad headaches, they're almost schizophrenic. And I was like, your house is haunted, you live under a power line, you're getting, messes with your head. Their electricity at the house was grounded to their copper pipe, so their water was full of electricity. I was like, you don't need a ghost hunter, you need a plumber, or you need an electricity.
Imagine it, everyone. The famous Marshal Wyatt Earp walked these very streets right here. My goodness, look at that coffin sitting there. That's how they did it in cowboy times. You bought your coffin before the gunfight. Let me tell you, there were some great gun battles that happened on this street right here. Look, that's the Wichita Eagle newspaper printing office. They're incredible. And there's the harness and saddle shop. Oh, so many places I want to explore here. But first, if you don't mind, I need to stop for a chili dog over here. Wow, my tummy's rumbly. And I offered to get one for Julianna too, but she said, what is in that blue truck over there? Are those mixed drinks? I said, do you want one? She said, fill her up. Yes. Julianna got a nice cooler for the evening, and she said, this works for me. I had to hit the chuck wagon though and get some barbecue beef on a sandwich.
And I think there's a little picnic area over here. And we stopped for some chow. We got some chow from the old chuck wagon. I'm gonna share this with you, by the way. I'll be around for my pork sandwich.
Pork sandwich and no one gets hurt.
How long do I have to think about it? Ah! Boy, I didn't know you were gonna play so tough.
That's what you get for him.
Boy, you play hardball.
Now it's time to resume our ghost hunt. But hold on, there may be trouble ahead.
Tired of you harassing my papers. Now get! Look, We came all the way up here from Texas to find 30 days. And we're gonna find them. Well, you didn't find them in there, now, did you? No. We gotta find them. We need that money. All right. Look, guys, let's do this. Garrett, give a look over that area down. We're looking for 30 days.
Wow. This could mean trouble.
I think he's right over there. Where? Don't be looking. You scared? Where is it? He's right over there in that great danger. That's it. Where's the blue hat? That's it. That's it. Let's get the marshal. There ain't nobody that ugly there. Let's get the marshal. Marshal! Hey, marshal! 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 Hey, but he's worth $1,000 to us. I don't care about $1,000. That little person lazy, smart, you can bet on that. That's the guy on the poster. That's him, Mark. That's him. Look. Where are you taking me? I want to take some damage to my throat. Right there, 3. You pull. 3. That ain't fair. Do it. He's going to pay for the damages to my throat. You are not taking me here. Who's going to stop us? We are. I reckon we are.
They blew him away.
It's amazing walking the streets this evening, imagining that this is just how it was 150 years ago in old Wild West Wichita. It's like being there all over again. It's like having a time machine. And what's incredible is not only the cowboy gunfights here, but the stories. Good guys versus bad guys. Men of courage standing up for what's right, and they don't back down from villains.
This is the last known criminal they wanted dead worldwide.
By the way, these are actual blacksmiths here, working on real horseshoes. They're not actors. And they also teach people who are interested in watching and learning about the old ways of blacksmithing.
The old Southern Hotel, Wichita landmark. And the old saloon, Wild West Saloon back in the old days. Now it's a good place to get a hot dog and a Pepsi.
It's so cute.
Alright, we better continue investigating.
Here's where Julianna starts being a wise guy. She says, what kind of saloon serves hot dogs and Pepsi?
It's famous for great hot dogs and a pretty good cup of Pepsi too.
Yum.
They also have M&Ms.
Well, I can say that I had the shaken or stirred and it was delicious.
I informed Julianna, it's not just hot dogs and Pepsi they serve here. They also have Reese's.
I'm starting to form a theory here. These old floorboards are so creaky. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This looks like a spooky place for a ghost to hide out. You can almost imagine an old ghost sitting in there.
I can almost see a shadow person in the corner over there.
It looks like somewhere Ebenezer Scrooge would be sitting and writing to himself, writing something in a letter. And here we have the Old Town newspaper.
We also have the first printer that Murdoch, he came down from Topeka in 1872. If you go in there, look to your left, that was the Wichita Eagle.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We have his house. We also have his house too.
Oh, his house is here in town. Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Very helpful information.
And now we prepare to enter the old Wichita Eagle newspaper shop. But almost like a warning from an oracle, we were not prepared for what's inside.
That's indeed. Here we have Marshall M. Murdoch. I think we may be getting somewhere. Look at this. Look at that guy.
Mischief. Murdoch mischief.
I think we may have a culprit here. Oh my goodness.
Marshall M. Murdoch mischief. What do you think about that?
M. Marshall M. Murdoch. Oh my goodness, there's another picture of him. Right there. Look at those cobwebs.
We may have a new suspect in the ghost haunting. The mysterious Marshall M. Murdoch, I believe.
And this was his town newspaper.
You're being spied on.
How are you?
Oh, not too bad. Are you bringing me some news?
Yes, plenty of news here in Wichita all the time. Wow, some fabulous machines here. I'm supposing this is the printing press, the old style printing press.
Well, this has been a very interesting investigation here at Old Cowtown in Wichita. And we may have come across some very important clues in the case. The gunshots and screams heard ringing out in the night are obviously actors recreating Old West gunfights on the city streets of Old Cowtown for delighted tourists to enjoy. Furthermore, the feeling of a ghost walking up behind you is no doubt caused by the rickety old wooden planks of the town's boardwalk, which wiggle and shake with the slightest movement. The stories of hauntings at the old cemetery seem to have a plausible theory too. The long and sagging branches of weepy-looking trees almost reach down and brush against you when walking down the sidewalk. Why, falling leaves could even startle a person raining down from behind. And also remember, the ghost team leader was saying that power cables can cause false EMF readings on ghost hunting equipment. There's power lines all over the place here. And you know what? That could be where the buzzing sound comes from. Also all over here are pictures of the gaunt and gothic-looking newspaper founder, Marshall M. Murdoch. Just seeing portraits of that character may give people an overwhelming anticipation of a haunting on the horizon. Another overwhelming feeling appearing like a storm in the distance was the knowledge that next we must face the ultimate opponent, the Phantom of Old Town, who defeated us and escaped into the night earlier this year. Honestly, inside, I feel like I don't know if we can beat him. I need to return to the Keeper of the Plains statue to find courage and guidance. I feel like we've been led around all day, but now is when we seem to need it the most. Upon revisiting the Keeper's Plaza, I keyed in on something I almost overlooked earlier. A true warrior raises his hands up to heaven for the courage to do what is right. This courage must come from a desire to help others, not just himself. Right now, our city is in terrible distress. The Phantom of Old Town is out there tonight, thought to be responsible for the unsolved hauntings at the Orpheum Theater, the Kansas Aviation Museum, the Candle Club Dining Room, and the Central Plains Novelty Store and Magic Shop. The Phantom is pure evil, cackling down dark alleys at midnight as he commits his crimes. Centuries ago, the noble warriors of these Great Plains also fought mighty battles against villains, even when they knew they may not win. But when a person decides inside to do what's right, perhaps they've already won the battle. Well, everyone, to bring you up to speed, the dark wall of clouds on the horizon closed in faster than we thought, and we found ourselves not even able to make it back to the hotel. We're currently stuck in a parking garage directly between the Old Town Theater and the Mosley Street Melodrama. This dark alley is the exact stalking ground of the Phantom.
wondering what happened. The storm got out of control, lightning everywhere. We had to run for it. What choice did we have?
You have to take shelter.
It's been a day of ghosts, goblins, and now gargantuous thunderstorms.
Don't forget coleslaw and pork and beef.
This stormy night is just what the Phantom has been waiting for. And this parking garage is exactly where he comes to play his mind games.
Stay on the street.
They're walking slowly, but they're walking slowly through the storm. You're right, it's like...
My goodness! What is wrong with people? Whoa! We're walking out on the balcony here. Whoa! Avoid the storm, and everything would be just fine, and it didn't happen that way.
You don't see me complaining. I'm having fun.
It's not every day you get caught in the storm.
To update you people, we're trapped.
We're literally trapped.
We're in downtown Wichita, and we are trapped in this building. And the streets are flooding. Ooh, my goodness.
People are running for their lives.
Well, at least for their hairdos.
People are running for their hairdos. Wow, did you see that lightning? Whoa! Wow! A little creepy.
So glad you're not driving.
A little creepy. Whoa! Why don't we take a look over on that balcony?
We must keep searching the various levels of this building to find more clues about the Phantom.
Goodness.
They have an umbrella at least. I think they stole a table umbrella from the restaurant.
Stolen umbrella. They did. They did. We caught a crime on camera.
Busted.
Some of the people walking through the rain stole an umbrella from one of the patio restaurants.
Another woman running for her life.
Yep.
Or for her hair.
What can they do? A box of pizza.
Rain and a box of pizza. That's classic.
And let's check out this balcony over here.
Castle. I just long to be there. Amazing lightning storm.
My goodness, these strikes of lightning are like something from the Phantom of the Opera. We just hope our adversary isn't out there trying to kidnap someone right now.
And we'll just take a look at the exterior of the rooftop here.
Look how crazy that was.
Oh my goodness, wow!
Wow,
That's like something from the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Frightening. This is like something Dracula would enjoy. Absolutely frightening.
It was at this moment we started hearing loud bangs and clanks. What was that thud? I guess it could have been anything. Wait, what was that? All these noises can't be a coincidence. Another loud bang. That tears it. Something is going on in this building, and we're going to search every level of it until we find some answers. Let's go. Gasps! A scream in the night.
You just heard a strange noise. It almost sounded like a shriek.
Yes, we may have just cracked the case. The screeching sound we heard seems to be the squeaky gears and mechanisms of an old elevator. We actually heard this sound earlier in our weekend at a 1920s era building downtown called the Central Building. It also has an Art Deco era elevator. Could it be that the loud screaming noise, heard echoing through the trepidation of night,
Look at these old elevators, wow.
could be nothing more than elevator cables?
My goodness, look at this letterbox. It's a mail chute. It just goes up and down that like an elevator, wow. My goodness, these elevators are amazing. It's called the Central Building. I love these elevators.
And by the way, this old building is not far from where we're at right now. Yes, it would seem the Phantom has been unmasked. largely by chance. If we hadn't ended up stuck in this parking area, we never would have found the breadcrumb trail of clues that led us to this conclusion.
That could look awfully frightening at night.
Yes, I know what you mean. This looks like somewhere the ghost would hang out.
The mystery is solved. The Mosley Street melodrama logo of a shifty, mustachioed man in a cape and top hat, combined with the errant noises on a stormy night, gave rise to rumors of a phantom in the neighborhood.
Oh, I wonder if it's an old elevator. An old elevator. We were wondering what that shrieking noise was. The old cables. There it is again. Yep, I think it's a squeaky old elevator. Oh. Wow, this building is leaky. My goodness.
We did it! By trying to rescue our fellow citizens, we ended up solving an urban legend that has haunted Old Town for years. Mystery is solved.
Did you hear a door slam?
Maybe it was a ghost.
Yes, the phantom of Old Town has finally been defeated. It was nothing but smoke and mirrors all this time. People were so afraid for nothing. And the guardian of the plains' wisdom was true also. By having the courage to try to help others, we ended up closing this case for ourselves. And now, once again, we return to the hotel to dry off and change clothes once more, with some major victories under our belts. We just solved the urban legend of the Phantom. Turns out it comes from a dinner theater sign with a logo of a man in a top hat on it. We also found out there's no ghosts in Old Cowtown, just lots of family fun and excitement. We also found out that the troll by the bridge on the river is just a piece of artwork by an eccentric sculptor trying to teach a lesson to everyone. Likewise, the tales of a King Kong-like gorilla at the Garvey Center Tower are just leftover memories from a 1970s cult classic movie. The case of the Pharaoh's curse is also closed. Turns out it was just a mummy in a window staring down at people and scaring them out of their wits. But now for our final investigation, the case of the Ambassador Hotel vanishings. Guests walking down hallways in this building and disappearing into nowhere. I don't know how we're gonna solve this one. Well, before we begin searching the hotel for clues, it is dinner time. And so we better stop first right downstairs here at the Sienna Tuscan Steakhouse, the finest restaurant in all of downtown.
Right through here, if you don't mind. Here we are.
So fun, dude.
It certainly is.
I think you are going to love what's on the menu here. They've got lasagna, rigatoni, Greek salad, and cannolis for dessert. And a wine stable that's the stuff of legend. Come along and join us. I think you're going to love it.
Sienna Tuscan Steakhouse. I hope you enjoy the finest Italian food in Wichita. And by the way, you may want to request a wine list. To order a drink tonight. Let us know how that cocktail is. I might have a sip. Oh my goodness, look at this chef's plate. 10 out of 10. Wow, we have a 10 out of 10. My goodness. Now, what was your favorite? By the way, we've destroyed this.
Yeah, please forgive me.
Yes, it looks like a toddler climbed up. So exclusive. Yes, I see what you mean. There's a great selection. Love rigatoni, but I've never had this particular dish. There's some rosemary on top here.
It's almost like a macaroni and cheese sauce. We love seeing a Tuscan steakhouse. What a sumptuous dinner of pasta and wine this has been. But unfortunately, the clock has been ticking away this whole time. It's almost 11:30, and we never got around to investigating the Ambassador Hotel vanishings.
Well, stand at base. Or at least
Hey, there must. Yeah, I think there's a teddy bear playing. Teddy bear playing. I feel like we did solve some mysteries this weekend. In the case of the mummy's tomb, I think we can close the sarcophagus door on that one. Unfortunately, the hotel, this may remain a mystery. We have tried to crack this case. We've tried to understand the spooky hallways of this hotel. We've tried to get to the bottom of the case. I just don't see that it's going anywhere. We may have to give up. What do you think? They say that people just vanish like phantoms down the hallways of this hotel. We don't have a clue. We don't get it.
Look at the windows, though.
You think they climb out windows? Well, I guess this is the case that got away. We usually solve the mystery, but I think this time the mystery solved us.
We solved a few sub-mysteries on the way.
We did. It's kind of a...
The big fish got away on us.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time. We tried. I guess this is one mystery for the ages. And it was just too big for us. We tried, though.
Very fun.
Sorry, folks. Hey, it wasn't your fault. Mostly my fault.
Got away.
It did.
Well, this is something of a bittersweet ending to our day. As midnight almost approaches, we managed to close out 5 out of 6 of our cases, but the mystery of the hotel vanishings, we just couldn't find an answer to. Oh well.
This is kind of a strange old building. It almost has an Art Deco feel to it. How strange. Did you notice that? Is that an apothecary symbol?
It is. I noticed it earlier.
There's no pharmacy in this building. Why would there be a pharmaceutical symbol in a building? Maybe we should take a look. What?
Maybe down here.
How odd. Maybe that's some sort of pop art. What do you mean? There's voices?
There's the apothecary symbol.
The apothecary symbol. Wow.
Oh, what is this down here?
I don't know.
So strange.
Where are we?
Following these random pharmacy symbols on this inconspicuous stairwell led us to a heavy wooden door, and a voice said, "What's the password?" I instinctively replied, "Dockum."
Hey, hi. You guys go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. I've done it again.
So, is this your first time in a speakeasy? See, the rumor is during the days of Prohibition, right down here below the city had a secret bar. You would go down a little stairwell. They had a door that was bolted shut, and then you just say, "Hey, I know the code." They let you in. Yep, a speakeasy, just like this one. Hey, thank you.
Yes, this underground speakeasy, full of Wichita's coolest people, is named Dockum, in tribute to the civil rights sit-in at Dockum's Pharmacy, which was 1 block over from the Ambassador Hotel above us.
Well, you think about getting a gin on the rocks?
I almost
lost all day with the idea of a teddy bear playing stand-up bass. I don't know where she gets this stuff.
That was swim and stem, huh?
It's a cool aesthetic.
It is. Oh, I like that.
Oh, what a night this has been. Hey, I think we may have just discovered our new weekend hangout.
Well, let's let him in. Hello there. How are you? We're just on our way out. Have a great evening.
Thank you.
My goodness, what an incredible journey this has been. Today we saw statues and skyscrapers, cowboys and teepees, dinosaurs and phantoms. We saw gunfights, goblins, ghosts and gravestones. And we also found a place for some good sushi. But most important of all is what we learned along the way. We weren't sure we could do it, but we wanted to stand up for what's right, help our neighbors, and save the city. Somehow along the way, we ended up having one of the great adventures of all time. Thanks for coming along with us today, everyone. It's been so special. Have a great night.
Well, everyone, if you don't mind, we thought we'd give you a small tour of our house here. You see, we go around a lot of places that we like to visit, but it occurred to us we never really show you our house. This is where we live. And this is Julianna's kitchen here, and she loves it. She makes tacos, burritos, it's her specialty. And that's her purple cup, her famous purple cup. So much so that everywhere she goes, people call her Purple Cup. And that's Julianna's teddy bear. And every evening when she gets home, she gets into her pajamas, jumps into bed, and says, "Where's my teddy bear?" His name is Peter Bear. He's quite a character, actually. He has his own trampoline. And this is our driveway here, of course. And right here is Julianna's flower pot. And she waters those flowers every day. You can see quite an assortment of colors. She's very proud of it. And this is our new black car. We traded in the old red car it was hard to say goodbye to the red car, but this is our house here, as you can see. And this is our front yard. Sometimes we play soccer here. Oh, we just like to run around. But this is our street where we live in. We just wanted to share it with you. There's Julianna's white car in the driveway. Anyway, we just wanted you to get a sense of our house here. And this is our shop. This is where we work. And it's very popular. It's just a little barber shop that we operate, but people love it. Lots and lots of people come here. And as you can see, it's in a wonderful old historic building. This is a 120-year-old building, but it's still so wonderful. And as you can see, there's a Subway sandwich shop right across the street. And then on the other side of the street is a Papa John's. And then around the corner, there's a gas station that has dollar drinks. So I'm in a good place. I'm very happy about it. And as you can see, I'm just on duty here. And during the daytime, if I have time, I watch a lot of TV. Baseball in the summertime, football in the autumn. During the winter and spring, I watch a lot of basketball too. So we got the big three covered. And if you ever feel like talking sports, just come by the shop here. We can talk shop all day. And Julianna said, "This has been fun. But let's close up shop now because it's time for dinner." And as you can see, more of Julianna's flowers out front here. She picked out these beautiful arrangements. Those arrangements, really wonderful. And this is the Waterfront District, one of our favorite places to go. It's at 13th and Webb in Wichita. And this is one of our favorite restaurants. It's called Abuelos, which is Latin American cuisine. And I actually brought you here because I wanted to tell you a story, though. A few weeks ago, one of my friends called me on the phone and he said, "Tom, I wish I could have the type of adventures you have. Every time I see you, you're having some amazing weekend expedition. I wish I could do that." And I said, "Well, you can.
And he said, no, I'm just a regular guy. I can't have these amazing adventures the way you do. And I said, yes, you can, really. I mean, you don't have to start all at once. I mean, maybe don't try to climb the Himalayas or anything like that. But if you're interested in just having some great adventurous fun, don't wait for it to happen. That really is my advice for you. Don't wait for adventure to come happen to you. You have to go seek it out. You got to get the ball rolling a little bit. And a lot of the things we do are free. Like we go to libraries, we go to museums, we go for walks in the park. If you just get the ball rolling, you'd be surprised at the adventures that can just come pop up out of thin air. Anyway, we wanted to encourage you, all of our friends, whatever city you live in, don't be afraid to go out and start exploring. And we also wanted to thank you for all the episodes that you have come along with us on. It's been so encouraging to have all our friends with us during these great times. We want to thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.